Maggie, I have a request.
This should be good.
I ask this on behalf of team.
Oh, okay, shoot.
Please bathe Daisy outside of ship.
Okay. Why?
That trap just smells like old man farting after much cheese.
I guess I'm used to it. That's terrible. Sorry.
It's nothing to apologize for. Just, please, we do not want to smell this anymore.
Got it.
What is up, guys, gals and minions? It is me, Proxy, and as you can see here, we are playing some Evolve today, and it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. I'm so excited to show you some more gameplay, maybe something a little bit longer, something a little bit more juicy, because last time it was only 4 minutes, but it was a really awesome, satisfying 4 minutes, I have to admit. But today, we're actually playing as my favourite class, which is the support class, and this character is actually called Hank. He's really awesome, really cool. He kind of reminds me of Dizzy from Gears of War, you know, the cowboy, hillbilly dude with the massive beard. Oh, just really awesome. Really awesome. But anyway, this is my favourite class. When I was actually playing this game at the community event sponsored by Playfire, I just fell in love with this dude. He's just so awesome. He's got loads of abilities that kind of go with my playstyle. Something that I'm always really used to when playing games with co-op partners or like in RPGs. Something with a party is the paladin playstyle. And the support class in Evolve is basically like the paladin playstyle, but where you've got like your assault capabilities, and at the same time you've got your support capabilities, thus the name. And so what Hank can do is he's got this awesome laser chain gun, I guess you can class it as. Really awesome, really cool, really deadly as well. It's got a really high damage value too, which is quite surprising because you'd think it'd be more suppressive, but it doesn't matter. We also just picked up a really awesome perk from a fallen defeated enemy. So there aren't just monsters in this game, you know, the one that you have to hunt. There are also inhabitants, creatures that you can hunt down, and it seems that the enemy monster is actually ripping things to bits. It seems he's trying to go for his own perks too by killing the surroundings as well. We're actually going to be dropping down an airstrike, which is actually one of the amazing abilities that Hank actually has as his own personal skill set. So for Hank, he has his laser gatling gun, or a laser cutter. He's kind of like Isaac Clarke, I guess you could say, but really old. But cool at the same time. Don't forget about the coolness. Right, and he also has his airstrike, as mentioned. So what it basically does is it does like an artillery strike. It's really powerful. It's really useful as well for when you can get one of your trapper teammates to hunker the enemy down with one of their harpoons or the harpoon trap, and you can just drop that airstrike down, can't escape, and they take so much damage. Sometimes it can be from a quarter to over half health taken off, which is really deadly, obviously. And then he also has another ability. Now this is where the paladin thing comes in. The paladin ability is actually his shield discharger, which is this here. So what you can actually do is you can equip this, and then you can actually aim it at a teammate and give them their own personal shield while it is activated and while he has it aimed at them. So it's got like a little bit of a protective thing going with the supportive name as well. So the supporting actual title to his class is actually really strong in that proof. But then again, all the characters actually have their kind of own special abilities, actually really separates them from each other. Like, even though yes, they all have guns and yes, they can all shoot them, they all have abilities that actually make them feel different. They make them all feel independent and stuff, which is really cool. It's how you should be at high school as well. I mean, always go there with your own mind, with your own personality and your own fashion and way of life. And thus the characters in this game are exactly the same. So with Hank, he's all about the support. He's with offense, with defense, with even just running away, because he also has a cloaking ability. So he's kind of unusual, really, because when have you ever had a support class that could turn invisible? It's so weird, it's so random, but at the same time it's really helpful, because if this giant fire-breathing monster, as you can see, trying to eat my face, and the rest of my team as well, actually takes down one of your teammates, what you could actually do is go cloak, and then you can go heal them while he's going to put his attention on somebody else. So Hank can actually go into loads of different types of areas of playing, which is really awesome. He can kind of cover so many different situations. Thank you, medic, for helping me there. I was actually a little bit low on health. It's really good when you got your team helping you, when you're actually working together as one, because that's what Evolve is all about. It's all about working as a unit, making sure you can take down the monster as fast as possible, or at least effective as possible, because this match actually goes on for a while, which is really good, because it's always also want a player who can actually play as the monster, can drag it out a little bit and try and survive and make you work for your food, thus the hunting, which is cool, which is awesome. One thing I'm actually quite curious about is, what do they actually do once they kill the monster? Do you think they just leave it there, or do you think they actually hunker it onto the ship and then they put the head on top of the fireplace and they drink hot cocoa around it or something? I'm not entirely sure, but it makes me really, really excited. I mean, what if they had like all these awesome cutscenes and stuff? That'd be just awesome. So amazing. It's just so amazing. Now, one thing I have a really bad habit of doing is actually going by myself. I like to chase down the monster. I like to keep it in my sights to make sure that my teammates know where it is. Because if you lose sight of the monster, it basically has a really strong chance to basically evolve, which is the title of the game. And so he's able to eat all those other like inhabitant creatures and everything like that, build up his evolution meter, which has been fed from all the monsters that he kills, or aliens. I mean, I guess I think the actual characters in this game class everything as monsters, which is kind of interesting, kind of unusual anyway. But anyway, and so if he's able to do that, he actually gets stronger, gets more powerful abilities, and he's able to pwn you, which we do not want. Now, I just tried to use my artillery here, but the monster's actually got a little bit of an advantage because we're actually in a cave, and thus we don't have our ship's artillery to actually support us and bombard the monster, or actually gain access to some form of 16th century cannon, which would be really awesome, really helpful right now, but it's fine, I digress. Now, you may notice that when we've been pwning the monster, his health bar has actually not been regenerating. That is because when you hurt it, it stays hurt. It's kind of like reading a really sad poem to some kind of friend or close relative, and so that's something to remember. Try and make sure you whittle the enemy's health down as much as possible, because that's going to stay with him unless he evolves. Now, if he actually does escape and gets enough meter to actually be filled up through killing other monsters and feeding on them, he can actually regenerate, I think it's around 2 health bars back, so something to remember there, make sure you take down as much health as possible, especially if he has like the littlest bit left on a square, because he can actually waste that during an evolution to regenerate that extra health bar back. So what you may have noticed as well now is that some space alien pigeons just got alerted by the monster giving away its presence. When playing as the monster, try and stay away from flocks of alien pigeons, because if you walk near them, they actually fly away and it gives off like a signal flare to the other hunters and stuff, and that means that they can actually hunt you down and they know your location, and you do not want that if you're the monster. You want to try and hide. Now, obviously as well, you want to make sure your entire team know where the monster is if you've seen it, so you may notice these little coloured dots that are popping up on my screen when I aim at the monster. That is actually a form of pinging, so you can kind of actually notify your teammates of where the monster is, or a point of interest. So like if it's yellow, that's basically saying, hey, check this cool little thing out, or if it's red, it's, hey, there's a giant monster trying to eat my face, kill it. So something to remember, keep your teammates notified. It's always awesome and helpful to do that, or you won't actually find them. So actually find the monster, and I've actually just started getting pwned by a giant rock toad. Either that or it's someone really addicted to Ben and Jerry's. But either way, I made a massive boo-boo there. I got way too greedy. I tried to kill the monster as fast as possible without being aware of my surroundings. But that's all part of the fun. Oh, I'm such a noob. But at the exact same time, remember that it's not just the monster, or player monster should I say, is also the inhabitants, and they will kill you if they get the chance. You've got so many different ones. You've got like alien crocodiles, you've got alien rock toads as you see there, that just chomp you down like a human hamburger. You've got to be careful. Now my team are trying their best to take this dude down, but he's actually getting a little bit of vengeance here. But you may notice that Maggie is still remaining. Now, Maggie's actually doing something really, really clever here. She's actually backed off a little bit. She's staying in the shadows. She's not giving away a position, because if she'd stayed there with the group, the monster would have taken her down as well, and this would have been game over. And we do not want that. We want to make sure that we can get back into the fight within 1 minute and 13 seconds, because if we can't, then we're pretty much screwed. So the monster's actually going to run away. He's only got like half a bar of health left, so he could have actually killed him there, but he got the better of us if I didn't get eaten by like goddamn frog. And I would have been okay. Well, I'm sorry, that was obviously my fault, and at least the monster got some revenge. That was the main thing. This is basically Raiden in Evolve. He got some revengeance, should you say. But either way, so what Maggie's doing here is she's just staying in the shadows, staying quiet, staying safe, and thus we can actually get back into the field based on the dropship timer, which is now at 36 seconds, I think it was 35 seconds. And so when that actually goes down, we can get back into the match and help. Now, one thing to note as well is that when you die, or if you're downed, you actually lose a block of your own health on your character. So that's gone forever, that's just done. So even though you've got some health left, you actually lose your overall maximum maximum health when you're downed or killed. So you need to remember there, because that means you're obviously weaker and it's giving you a bit more of an advantage for the monster too, because you're basically a little bit more of a chipped away sponge in a way. So Maggie's staying safe, she's making sure that no one's coming around trying to eat her face and stuff. The monster is actually going to try and level up as well, because obviously if you don't know where the enemy hunters are, then go try and level up as much as possible. And you can see there, look, Daisy's actually coming back as well. It's really cool that Daisy actually jumps down in the dropship with the other hunters, even if Maggie is still around. He doesn't just pop up or something. He actually parachutes down with them, which is so cool, so awesome. And I love this dropship transition as well. It's so cool as well. I mean, it's not just dropping down, you know, or just flicking into existence. You actually get this really cinematic feel to it, which is so cool. But either way, we need to finish this monster off. We need to work together as a team. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to push as fast as possible. We need to make sure this monster is not going to get the fudge away from us. At the same time, though, if we can actually find another perk, that'd be really cool too, to give us a little bit of a buff. Because as you may notice on the left, as I said before, I've lost a chunk of my health. That is what that little grey square is. I've lost my own little piece of my vitality puzzle, and that's not good. Now, I did just notice the monster a few seconds ago. And it seems he's trying to run away from us, but we're going to try and track him down as fast as possible, try and finish him off once and for all, because if he can get to stage 3 and take us down again, or if we're on the other side of the map, he can actually go to the generator, which is basically his goal, to either kill us or take down the generator and then win the match, and we do not want that. We want to make sure that this dude's head is on my mantelpiece, as mentioned. I want that hot cocoa, minions! I want that hot cocoa! So I'm going to try and chain laser cut this dude down. It's not really working much though, is it? So as you can see there, look, seeing as he's evolved and stuff like that, his health has actually gone back up. He only had 1 square of health basically, but now he's actually got about 3 bars back, which is kind of good for him if you think about it. But that still means we've got a chance. Now, he's actually going to be trying to rush now to our generator, which is that purple health bar just on the right of the screen. But if we can stop him before he gets there, then I might potentially have a really good pair of alien leather boots on my hands. So we're actually just going to chase him up here. He might actually be trying to lure us out. You've always got to be really aware of what the monster is doing. As you can see here, he did go up the stairs to get a jump advantage. Now, we are using our jetpacks as much as possible to evade and take this dude down. He has actually taken down one of our teammates, and I've got my cloak here just in case he doesn't see me. And if I can actually get back to my teammate, then I'm able to help them. Which one is that, actually? Is that the heavy dude? I don't know. He's kind of fused with the stairs, so I'm not entirely sure there. I actually think it's the... Is that the heavy dude? It is the heavy dude, isn't it? Now, the monster's actually showing his love to me, and I don't really want him to show his love to me. I want to make sure that I'm actually supporting my team. I'm no heavy fighter kind of character class. I don't have any personal shield like the Assault. I can't heal myself in a healing bubble or anything like that. I can just cloak like a pussy. Now, the monster just threw a gigantic rocket meteor in my face, which isn't very good, and I'm now officially down again. But Daisy's going to help me. Please lick me better. Don't go for the crotch. I've told you about this before. Now, the monster is actually taking down 2 of our teammates. There's only me and the trapper left. Maggie, Daisy, and moi. But the monster's actually on my ass now, which is not good. He's got barely any health. Can I go for a suicidal airstrike? This is a last stand, a last chance. He's going to take Maggie down, and he's going for me. Oh, and he is officially dead. He is going on my mantelpiece as I wanted. A gift for the children back home. Woo! Minions, I hope you've enjoyed this gameplay. I loved it to death. Oh, I just think mostly all the matches are like this. They're so epic. They're so on the edge of your seat. And for all the classes, just so much opportunity, so much variety. It's so cool. But either way, it's been me, Noir Proxy, showing you some Evolve Alpha gameplay. And I can't wait to see you guys, girls and minions, next time. But as always, ciao.